Are you looking to move into Navarre? Stop. Do not go anywhere until you see these 9 reasons not to move here. We've got all the information of what it may take for you to go here or not. So if that's something that you're looking for, stick around. We got them coming at you real quick. What's up, everybody? This is Tim Whittemore here in the beautiful Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. That includes Navarre. If this is your first time to our channel, we do tons and tons of videos about everything you need to know about our area. And if this is the first time to our channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified every time we got great information coming at you. If you are looking to move to this area, you got some questions, need some help at any time, please give us a call, text, shoot us an email, or shoot us a little paper airplane. Whatever you got to do, we got your back when moving here to the Navarre and any other place. So let's talk about Navarre. 9 reasons why you shouldn't be out here. Let's just rattle them off and then we'll get right into the content. So we got hurricane, limited job opportunities, seasonal tourism, humidity and the heat, lack of public transportation, wildlife encounters. We've got limited nightlife, competitive real estate market, and being kind of in proximity to stuff. Okay, so let's talk about Navarre. If you don't know where this is, Navarre is kind of smack dab in the middle between Pensacola and Destin. Yeah, it's not quite, but it's right there, okay? It does have access to Navarre Beach, which is the most relaxing beach in all of Florida. It's actually been voted for that. They do have condos. They do have all sorts of different things that are there. The population of Navarre is climbing. Currently, the last census told us it was around 38,994 people. Still pretty small, depending upon where you're coming from, but that's up to you, right? And again, Navarre, really known for being that most relaxing beach. It does attract a certain crowd of tourism, which I think is great because they're pretty chill most of the time. All right, so let's go into the 9 reasons. Number 1 reason that nobody wants to move to Navarre is the hurricane risk. Now, I'll be honest, the number 1 reason why most people don't move to this area or Florida in general is because they're afraid of the weather. And I'll be honest, it's not that bad. I think that there have been, that actually hit the Navarre area 4 or 5 storms since they've started recording this data in the 70s. So there really hasn't been a whole lot. The closest one that we had was Hurricane Michael, and that was a monster that came through and it hit Panama City and did some damage there. But you know, most of the time for us Floridians, we just get used to it. We know how to prepare. Our homes are built for these things. And if it gets bad enough, we know what to do and how to evacuate. So yes, there could be weather, but it's the price that you pay for living in paradise. Number 2 are the limited job opportunities that you have out there. Navarre's suburbia, in my opinion. Now it is growing. They are putting in more restaurants and things like that. Since I've been around, they put in 2 breweries. They put in a couple of tap houses. They've got restaurants now. They have chain restaurants. As of the date of this video, they just opened a Buffalo Wild Wings out there. They've got more Publix, which is our grocery stores and outlet malls that are attached to it. It keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's great because now it's starting to support the suburbia that's around it. So it's actually been good. But the job opportunities are limited in Navarre itself. A lot of people that decide to move to it either work in Gulf Breeze, Pensacola, Fort Walton, Eglin Air Force Base, in Destin, what have you. So you're usually traveling for that. Number 3 is our seasonal tourism and the tourism and Hurlburt Field, which is the military base, traffic. That's one of the things that just drives me crazy. It's the reason I don't personally live out there, is because of the traffic. And of course, I got to travel all over the place with my job. So when you look at this, our seasonal tourism is going to start at spring break, like it's March time frame, and it doesn't really stop until October-ish, when the kids are going back to school, which could be as early as August. The peak months in July. What that means is we have a lot of people transitioning Highway 98, which is the main thoroughfare other than I-10 to get to the Destin and to Navarre Beach and the surrounding areas. So it can get pretty congested as far as traffic throughout that area during that time. Now, also one thing to note is that Hurlburt Field will get out sometime between 3 to 6 or 7 p.m. And if you're coming westbound from Destin-Fort Walton Beach area, you're going to get stuck in traffic. And it could really take a long time depending upon where you're going in Navarre to get to your destination. And this is usually time between 2 to 6 p.m.-ish. Thank goodness for Waze and Google Maps, because now I plan almost all my appointments around that traffic. So just know that is definitely a reason to avoid that area. Number 4, humidity and heat. Yes, all of our area has this, but I didn't want to throw it out because I was dying of heat exhaustion the other day. All right, just kidding. I'm exaggerating. But yes, humidity and heat. The coolest part of the day for the last couple of weeks, it has been 80 to 83 degrees. And that's at the very beginning of the day with 90+% humidity. It's exhausting. I'm a runner training for a marathon in this heat. It's going to be great when I finally get to the marathon. But my goodness, training in this will beat you down. It's one of those things where you just start sweating and just never stop for a month. Just kidding, that's kind of gross. But yes, it can get there. It's the humidity that makes it worse. Does the humidity really go away? No. So even when we get down to temperatures in our winter, which seems to be like 2 or 3 months, it can get as low as 40. I've seen it down to 20 degrees before. It's not often. But we'll see typically 40, 45 in our winter and up to the low 50s. And when that happens with the humidity, it feels even colder. So just get ready. It's not a long time, but it can happen. All right, number 5, there is a lack of public transportation. Now, there are buses that do go through here, but they are far and few between. There's not a good infrastructure for public transportation, so you're probably going to need a vehicle or some other way to get around. Number 6, wildlife encounters. When people think about Florida and wildlife encounters, they're thinking like snakes and they're thinking alligators, right? And in Navarre, I can't say that we've seen a whole lot of alligators or snakes. But the thing I can tell you is there's plenty of bears. There are bears that go out throughout the area that will get into your trash and everything else. So you just have to be careful with the wildlife that's out there. And because it's not overly developed and they continue to develop in the Navarre area, you know, a lot of this wildlife is being displaced. And because of that, you're going to have some friends walking around. Now, I kind of laughed when I put this one in here because if you know anything about Navarre Beach, this is actually where Jaws was actually filmed. The original part was in Navarre Beach. So I had down in my notes here, Jaws, you know, for our wildlife encounters. I don't think you're going to find a mechanical shark out there, but there is plenty of sea life. And Navarre boasts one of the largest or longest fishing piers in all of Florida. So if you want to go out fishing and try to catch Jaws, you got an opportunity. All right, number 7 is a limited nightlife. There isn't a whole lot out there. You've got a couple of things on Navarre Beach, maybe 1 or 2 places that you'll go out to enjoy your nightlife. Juana's is one of the places that I've frequented before, but there's really not much else out there. You've got, and I could name them all off to you now, but I encourage you to go on Google and search up bars in the area, and you'll find some other ones that are out there. One of my favorite places to go to if you like craft beer is going to be St. Michael's Brewery. That's a new brewery that came up. To go out, really nice outdoor areas, to go enjoy your best libation and whatever food truck they've got out there. They've got a lot of different places that have been popping up for you to go, and most of these are going to be restaurants that are tied in with a bar or something of that nature. Stripes is one that's been there forever. But if you're going to go out for nightlife, a lot of the times you're going to be catching an Uber or somebody's going to be driving you out to Destin, maybe to downtown Fort Walton. Depends on what sort of experience you want to go with. Or better yet, head to Palafox Street in Pensacola. But you're not far from that. Okay, and then number 8 on this list is our competitive real estate market. All right. When you come into this area, it can get pretty competitive because a lot of these homes are bigger. They're built on half-acre lots, and they're in newer communities, which has driven this up. People like Navarre because it's right in the center between Pensacola, Destin, all these different areas, to have access to it and have a newer house, feel safe in their community. And because of that, it's kind of driven these prices up. Our median price for single-family homes is $399,000, and that's as of the third quarter of 2023. Now, this is a high all the way up to 1.4 mil, which I can guarantee you was on the water somewhere, and a low of about 60,000, which I believe was a trailer. So if you, and that's just on the main part. So if you decide to go into Navarre Beach and maybe you want a single family home there, prices change a little bit. All right, so single family home there on Navarre Beach, the median price for that is 1.2 mil. Oh yeah. That's a high all the way up from this last year to 2.6 mil and a low of 635,000. Now maybe you just want a condo. You want a condo there on the beach, no problem. So Navarre Beach condos, the median price for that is 670,000. It's a high all the way up to 1.48 mil and a low of 275,000. So it is rather competitive. They are growing, they are building new infrastructure. Most of that starts to push a little bit more Gulf Breeze area, which is going west from Navarre. But you're going to still find that there's a lot of opportunity for real estate in this area if that's what you're looking to get into. And prices are only indicating they're going up over the next couple of years. The last but not least is you're close, but you're not far from everything. So number 9 being that, yeah, you are kind of far away. It's not going to be that you're going to walk down the street and you're going to be exactly where you want to be, right? Everything that you want to go do, with certain exceptions, you're going to have to plan. You're going to have to go in and have a plan to be able to move around, especially if you're going out with the nightlife, like I had mentioned before. But you're going to have to plan out the travel time to either get to Pensacola and maybe see a hockey game, or yeah, they have that here in Florida. A hockey game, they have baseball, they've got minor league teams out there, or just want to have a night out in the town. Same thing heading out into Destin to get into the tourist traps. Just kidding. But if you want to do some of the water sports and things like that, or go to one of the restaurants, and many restaurants that are out there, again, you're going to have to plan for that transit time. It is a little far away, but it's also very close. So that's something to consider as you consider this as a place that you want to move to. All right, well, that's all that I have for you for moving to Navarre, Florida, the 9 reasons not to move here. And of course, if you are moving to this area, you got some questions, you need some help, or really anywhere around here, leave a comment here below. We love talking to you and interacting to answer any questions. If you have extra things that you're like, maybe I don't want to move here, please do throw them in the comments, but try to keep it positive, please. And if you are moving here, got some questions, need some help, my team and my very capable real estate agents, they will be here to help you with any of your questions, help you through the process. If you're looking to purchase an investment or look to purchase a home, we've got your back. So give us a call, give us a text. We're here for you. Or, shoot us that little paper airplane, find us on social media, whatever you got to do, we got your back for moving here. But again, my name is Tim Whittemore. I'm here with the Whittemore Group with LPT Realty, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care. Have you considered moving to Mariester, Florida, and wondering whether I should move here or consider other places? Well, you are in the right place, because we're going to go over the pros, we're going to go over the cons of what you need to know prior to moving to this area. So here's a sneak peek. We've got noise from the aircraft.